Mariothon 2017 is taking place this weekend starting at 5 o'clock Eastern Time on Friday. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting. If you've never been a part of our Thons, our Mariothons or Zeldathons, please take part this weekend on YouTube. We're going to stream it, hopefully also on Twitch, but perhaps only on YouTube this year. We're going to be taking in donations for charity, and we're playing through the 12 main home console Mario games to 100%. Our category is Mario 100% because some of the games have multiple characters, but you have to play as Mario, and we're beating every single level in these games. It's a really cool event, actually, and generally it takes us about 2 days to complete. So we're looking to be completed sometime Sunday afternoon. In 2015, this is our 6th annual Mariothon, by the way. 5th or 6th? I think it's the 6th. In 2015, it took us 49 hours. In 2016, last year, it took us 45 hours. So we PB'd by a few hours. Hopefully we PB again this year, because every year, technically, we should be getting a little bit better at this, the scheduling and playing the games as well. But this is our last year with only 12 games in the series, because next year we have the Switch version of Super Mario Odyssey to add into this as well. So if you're wondering what are the 12 games and how does this all work, what we're going to do is we're going to stream on 5 televisions. Right now I actually do have 5 TVs in my room, and we're going to have a few more for the streaming. It's a lot, and we have a lot of people committed to this every year. But on the 5 screens all at once, we're going to be streaming this live on YouTube and hopefully Twitch at the same time as well. I'm also going to be streaming this week in the evenings, hopefully, not every night, but I'm going to be streaming my practice of playing some of the Mariothon games, and also I'm trying to clear up any technical issues I might have with getting all 5 capture cards running, because we're not using webcams to capture this, we're using actual capture cards with running everything. We have an audio schedule, and it's hopefully going to run really smoothly like it has in the past. I tend to be on the microphone the majority of the time, but we do have a sleep schedule, and we try and make this run really smoothly. So what we're going to do on screen 1, the main screen, is we're going to have Super Mario Bros. 1 starting at 5 o'clock roughly, barring any technical issues. That game will be played mostly by Kevin, or the entirety of it by Kevin, in roughly half an hour. He's pretty good at running that game. Then we're going to run Mario 2. That will be done by Reese. I'm not sure the estimate for that game. I think 2.5 hours or less would be a pretty good estimate. And then Mario 3 will be played by myself, by Alex, by Mark, by Reese, by Kevin. We're splitting up that game. I'm not exactly sure who's in that one, but I will post the schedule and the Google document for the Mariothon and how you can donate and everything like that. I will post that in a link below the video. After Mario Bros. 3, those are all on the same screen, by the way, back to back to back. Then we are playing the Lost Levels. The North American released version of the Lost Levels is on this cartridge. This is one of the cartridges it is on. So that one has Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World. The Lost Levels will be played by Kevin. That's probably the hardest 2D Mario game, and Kevin's just the best at that one. So he's taking that whole game this year anyways. Then we're playing Super Mario World. We're doing the full 96 exits. By the way, if I didn't mention that, yeah, we're playing through 100% of these games. Every single level, you can't skip, you can't use warps or anything like that. You've got to beat the whole thing. So in Super Mario World, I'm starting off that game, and I'm playing roughly 20 exits of that. Then Alex is playing a large portion of that game, and maybe Reese, Mark, and Kevin as well are getting into that one. And then Super Mario 64 on the same screen, 6 games. So Super Mario 64, Reese is playing, Jordan's playing, I'm playing, Kevin's playing, and I can't remember who else is playing that one as well, but we're splitting up a lot of the games. Essentially, our experience in the past with playing one game the entire time for like 2 days is just too heavy, and we really like splitting up the Mariothon games. It makes it a lot more enjoyable as an experience, and it definitely did for me in the past few years. So those 6 games on the main screen, most of those games for audio will be on the entire time. We'll cut away from a few of them that aren't as popular to get some good music out of the other games as well, and those games will likely be done first. That screen might be the first screen done, even though there's 6 games on one screen. Next up on screen 2 will be my main games, will be Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario Galaxy. Both games I'll be getting more than 50% of them done myself. Super Mario Sunshine I tend to get, I think it's like, how many shines do I get? 70 shines? 80 shines in that game out of the 120? That game is a collectathon. There's so many different blue coins, yellow coins, red coins you need to get in that game. I think I'm doing 4 worlds, and I'm also doing the main world, and Mark is going to help out with that game with at least 2 worlds, possibly 3, and Kevin's doing 1 world in that game as well. 100% of that game we're trying to beat. Following Sunshine, we're playing Galaxy, and Galaxy will be my other main game. As I mentioned, that game I think I get like 60 or 70 of the stars of the 120. Again, we're doing Mario 100%, so we're not going to replay the game as Luigi. We're just doing Mario 100% for that. Alex will help me with that game, and hopefully Mark as well if he is here. Otherwise, I'm playing through the majority of that. On screen 3, I guess you could call it, will be Super Mario Galaxy 2. That's probably one of the longest Mario games, so that deserves a screen entirely on its own. That game, spoilers for how many stars in this game, but it has 242 stars in that game. We're going for all of them, all of the green stars. Alex will be playing the majority of that game. I'll play a bit of that, Kevin will get into that, and anyone else that can help with it as well. On screen 4 will be New Super Mario Bros. Wii and U back-to-back. Generally, we have John, Reese, and Mark start out New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and then Kevin kind of comes in and cleans up a bit of that game at the end. I help out a bit with that game as well. And New Super Mario Bros. U, I'm not sure who's going to get into that. Whoever's available, whoever's around. Kevin's really good at that one as well, though, and I'll hopefully get into that too. On screen 5, the last game, the 12th game, will be Super Mario 3D World. My wife, Ivory, participates in the Mariothon. She will be playing on screen 5, hopefully with one of her friends, Kayla. If she can come and she can help out as well, I'll be helping with that game throughout a little bit whenever I can, and Kevin will, and anyone else that can grab a controller and play. So our idea is those 12 games, hopefully done by Sunday afternoon at some point. I'm aiming to be done by the 5 o'clock on Sunday, if not earlier. Hopefully maybe we can be done by noon. So we're going to be doing this live on Twitch, well, live on YouTube, because the audience is obviously a bit bigger, and we are raising money for McMaster Children's Hospital is the goal every year. And hopefully you can donate, or you can just check in, or just watch, and come join me on YouTube this week when I stream live. Now, if you're wondering how this works in my actual room, I have 5 screens already in my room. So this is one HD screen, there is 2, there is a CRT that I just recently picked up that fits so conveniently underneath that shelf, and I have 2 screens over there for my computer, which I have flipped to be on the other side, because recently when the chair is here, it's just in the middle of the screens and just really annoying. Now, my thought with this is clearly to have the games here will be multiplayer games. So probably 3D World and New Super Mario Bros. Will be on these 2 screens, because with my seating setup, people can sit in the background and can still play, kind of like a second tier of seating, which I'll show you in a moment. On the CRT will probably be all the main games. That's probably not the CRT actually we're going to be using for the Mariothon. I might find a bigger one for that. And then these last 2 computer screens I will be flipping around and will be using as well. In this room, I will probably show a little bit of a video once we're set up for the Mariothon on Friday as well. We put a gigantic, like 60-inch screen up here. I think it's 58 inches up here, and we show the stream up there to make sure everything's running smoothly. And I also put a screen for myself, because there is my home for the Mariothon. Usually I sit there for the majority of it. I will be on the mic the majority of the time as well. And then I put another screen somewhere down here for the chat, so I can kind of interact with chat as we're playing throughout that as best I can. I have pulled out some Mario items. You can see here a Mario controller and all the different Mario Wii remotes of the different characters we'll be using for the new Super Mario Bros. Games. And my GameCube Mario controller that I pulled out that hopefully I'll use as well. And the red Nintendo Wii and matching controller for that, maybe. And then I pulled out some Mario items and things like that just to make the experience run a little bit smoother. This Mariothon will hopefully be the best one yet. I'm hoping the goal, I think, should be to raise at least $1,000 from McMaster Children's Hospital. Would be really neat and really cool. I also will be unveiling this week my new Nintendo Entertainment System coffee table that I built just in time for the Mariothon. Has more storage and everything like that, but I do want to save that for a separate video. If you have any questions about the Mariothon, please comment below. I would love to answer them ahead of time. I will be answering the questions as much as possible during the Mariothon as well whenever I'm on the mic, but we do have a sleep schedule too. Now, I will be posting the document for the schedule for the Mariothon. Here it is right here on my computer already. So I will be posting this online, and it'll be underneath the video as a description. Shoutouts to my background for the Mariothon already on screen number 2 as well. So this will be a 5-screen setup with 2 additional screens for streaming, 7 screens in one room. Just to show you the couch that we use for the Mariothon. The couch fits comfortably 6 people, but it can fit up to 8 or 9 people if possible. I will be seating some people in the background as well, so I'll be moving things around the room a little bit, and I put seats back here as well for anyone playing the multiplayer games, which will be on the 2 screens all the way over here. My goal is also to post some stuff on eBay to raise even more money for charity, so if you check out eBay, hopefully in the next 24 hours or so, I'll post some things on the channel, on my not on my YouTube page, but on my eBay page, and I might even consider selling my NES coffee table, the old one that I have here, as well, raising money for charity. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to fill that like bucket. Follow me definitely on YouTube and possibly on Twitch as well. There's a link in the description below the video if you don't want to miss anything leading up to the Mariothon this Friday, 5 p.m. Feel free to fill that like bucket. Follow me again on the links below the description. And remember, as always, go collect them all and keep smiling while gaming.